There's so many things that are still unknown for how this Euro 2024 is gonna go. Italy are hoping to retain the title and prove that they're not just some fallen giant. France want to avenge their 2020 drop of the title and the World Cup loss that they had in 2022 to prove that they are not gonna be dropping off. Ronaldo's gonna want to push for one more major trophy with Portugal, and England are hoping to do something. Hopefully just not choke like they always do. But today, I don't want to focus on the football. Today we're gonna be focusing on the drip, the absolute beauty that these players are going to be wearing on the pitch. You guys seem to enjoy last time, so we're back with another kit ranking, ladies and gentlemen. This time around, almost all of the countries have pretty much confirmed what they're going to be going with. So I think it's about time we take a look at all these countries, the kits that they're going to be using, and giving them the grade that they really deserve. But before we get into that real quick, boys, if you're new to the channel, enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Quickly, video essays, we're going to be throwing things into overdrive this summer, so make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. And if you're not new to the channel, boys, welcome back. Glad to have you around for another video. But with that being said, boys, let's take a look at these kits and let's grade them. All right, first off, we have Germany's home kit. Germany have an extremely great track record, as most major nations do, and honestly this year they're just maintaining the excellence that they have already been showing us for years. So with the home kit, we have the plain white base, but of course it wouldn't be a Germany kit if they didn't throw in the beautiful accents as they usually do. You have a little bit of black on the sides, and of course on the sleeves you have the German flag. It's also a little bit of a throwback to the 2006 World Cup kit, which of course, again, like I said, a work of art. A nice little detail as well is that inside the collar you have the colors of the flag as well, with a little bit of a pixelated design Germany likes to use throughout all of their kits. We're starting off with a very solid 1 here. This one's going to be getting a B for me. With Germany's away kit though, we are kind of missing the mark in my opinion. This time around we have a bright pink and purple kit. There's nothing too crazy with this one in terms of the design or the patterns. It does have a little bit of expanding triangles coming out the bottom of the jersey. Apparently it's supposed to be reminiscent of a 1994 inspired color scheme, but for me this one really isn't as good as the home one. I see what they're trying to do. At least they're trying to be a little bit different than going with something that's just all black, for example, but it misses the mark. It looks like the AC Milan kit from a couple of years ago. This one's going to be getting a C+ for me. So I know with Germany, I mentioned that major nations are usually known for their really nice, either really simple or they throw something crazy out there and it really does stick. So they're known for their nicer kits. Same can't really be said for countries that are kind of mid-tier, right? For example, let's take a look at Scotland. Their home kit is nothing crazy. You have a dark base of a jersey, dark blue and just black, and then a couple of light colors in the trim like white and yellow with the stripes on the sleeves and the Adidas logo. Honestly, for me, this jersey is pretty mid. At least I don't know, but I don't really think there's really a set meaning behind the little bit of patterns that there are in the jersey. The patterns across the entire jersey are all different, by the way, but it ends up looking a little bit like a bus seat to me. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think though. This one's pretty mid though. C- for me. Their away kit, nothing special either. Honestly, just kind of a mint base on the jersey, purple on the accents, both on the sleeves and the logos and the trims at the bottom. A little bit of a pattern on the sides, but this one is pretty mid for me, also getting a C-. Alright, so for Hungary's home kit, they have the benefit of having a really nice color scheme. A nice bright red, green, and white is going to culminate in a pretty nice looking jersey. Add to that the fact that the badge for their country has a little bit of gold trim to it. It's a nice little pop right there if you'd ask me myself. The jersey is a little bit basic. There's not really anything to it, no unique patterns. They do have the word Hungary in the native language on the back of the kit, but nothing really too out of the ordinary for me. I will say though, the center Adidas logo is nice when paired with the rest of the logos on the kit. So for me, this is going to be a really solid B-. The away kit is almost exactly the same, but essentially swapping the red base for a white base and changing some of the trim colors around to either red or green. But what is a little bit different on this kit compared to the other one, that at the bottom side panels you actually have 2 stripes going down, which also end up kind of bleeding into the shorts, which really creates a really nice look. I honestly like this one as much, if not a little bit more than the home kit. So this one's going to be getting a B for me. Really solid kit from Hungary right here. Good job. Maybe Scotland can learn from these guys. Switzerland's home kit, pretty mid. Essentially just a red jersey, a little bit of dark red at the bottom. It's almost as basic as possible. I think they tried to throw the Puma logo in the center there to make it look a little bit more, you know, hip, modern, but not doing it for me. It's literally just a red jersey with some stripes. To be fair to Switzerland, the stripes on the kit are meant to represent traditional Swiss clothing. Not it for me. This one gets a C grade. All right, the white kit is a little bit different. You have the white base, but this one we don't have any stripes on. We actually have a little bit of a dark blue fainted pattern. The sleeves also are like a dark blue color. I think the theory behind this kit is that it's meant to represent maybe the snow that you'll find on the Swiss Alps. They tried to go for something a little bit different compared to the home kit here, because they easily could have just dropped something with stripes on it again. Still not the best kit in the world, so this one still gets a C grade for me. I don't know, just something about the execution of them, not it for me. Sorry, Switzerland. So Spain's home kit usually is just going to be a red jersey, right? Maybe a pattern pattern on it, and this time around Spain is rocking something very similar. In my opinion, it looks quite nice. As usual, right, we have red base like I said with the yellow trim, very high saturated colors. It really makes the kit pop out here. And throughout the jersey you also have this very nice little subtle pattern, but it does enough to look unique, where it's supposed to represent waves and sand. It also has this interesting thing here on the back of the jersey, which I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm sure it's representative of something cultural to Spain. Very nice kit here, not too bad, not too shabby. We still don't have our first A tier jersey, but this one's gonna be getting a solid B from me. Okay, you know, like I said, Spain did really solid with their first kit, but this second one, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They decided to go with this highlighter yellow jersey with red and light blue accents. This is one of the worst kits for me so far. On the side panels of the jersey, they go again for this sand dune type of design, similar to what they did with the home kit, but because the color blocking on this kit is so bad, I don't think it rescues the jersey for me at all. This one, if anything, is gonna be our first D+ grade here. I cannot rock with this one at all. This is the freshman in high school highlighter kit, ready to go jersey right here presented for you. What the heck were they thinking with this one? So Croatia, over the last couple of years, they've kind of thrusted themselves into the spotlight of football. So what's it gonna be with Croatia this time? So for the home kit, we have, of course, the red and white checkered pattern, but something about this kit here just does not do it for me. I don't know if maybe it's the fact that the blocks are so big when usually have them at a smaller scale, or maybe the fact that the sleeves themselves don't match the blocks and are just white regardless of where the block lands. But something about this kit just is not working for me. It's not the worst of the collection, but definitely nowhere near the best. I'm gonna give it a C. C for Croatia, C for the kit. Their away kit is a little bit better. They still use the checkered pattern that they're always using, but this time around it's a little bit more diagonal. It's a blue and dark blue colorway with some light red accents along the bottom of the jersey. This one isn't so bad, but still, I think it's something about the usage of the light blue in this one. It's throwing it off for me. But hey, maybe I'm just being crazy and I'm being nitpicky here, but this one's gonna be getting a C from me as well. Croatia, do better. Now we turn our attention to the reigning champions in Italy. So what did Adidas do for the reigning champions of the European continent? Well, of course, as usual, we have a blue base for their kits, but this time around we have a very nice sleeve design with the colors of the Adidas stripes being the green, white, and red stripes of the Italian flag. Add to that the bottom of the jersey has that nice dark blue accents to it. We have a couple of light stripes going down the jersey, the little gold Adidas patch at the bottom as well. And honestly, this jersey is very, very nice. In my opinion, this is going to be the first A tier jersey for me, but it's going to be an A-. For the away kit, we changed from the blue base to a white one, and this time the jersey is essentially split in half. The right side of it's going to have green accents and green stripes. The left side of it's going to have red accents and red stripes. They do have a blue trim for the collar and for the Adidas logo. It ends up looking very, very nice. Not as nice as the home kit for me. I think what throws it off is the blue accents. I think it just kind of clashes a little bit with the green and the red, but still a very, very solid kit nonetheless. This one's getting a B+ from me. So with Albania, they are going to be rocking essentially the same kit that they've been rocking for a while now, because of the fact that their manufacturer likes to do a 2-year cycle. So for their home kit, of course, we have the usual dark red base jersey with some black accents going along it. Nothing too crazy here, but what I do like about this kit is the fact that you have a design throughout the jersey that's meant to represent the Albanian eagle. You can't go wrong with a black and red colorway for a jersey. This one's pretty solid in my opinion. I give it a B-. Their away kit is essentially the same, but instead of red, we have white. I kind of prefer the red one instead. This one gets a C+ for me. Albania have a third kit, which is black. This one looks very nice. I think the fact that they did the black design and you're still able to see the eagle pattern is a very big plus for me. This one gets a B. All right, so for Slovenia, a country that you probably would not expect to be in the upper echelon of footballing fashion, you kind of get what you expect with their home kit. White base, it has a little bit of a design going down the middle. In the middle of the jersey, you'll find a design that's meant to represent the mountain ranges in the country, and then a single vertical stripe going down the middle, which has a little bit of a pattern to it as well. Honestly, this jersey is extremely mid. There's not really too much about it. This one gets a C grade from me. Slovenia, do something. Don't be boring. Do something with your kit, please. This looks like they tried to copy the PSG jersey from a couple years ago. And honestly, their away kit is not any better. You literally just have the same thing, but blue, essentially. Dark blue at that. It's not even a nice light blue or anything. This kit, huge miss from me. This one gets a D+. All right, moving our attention to Denmark now. With their away kit, you have their usual nice red design on the jersey. This time around, they went with some pixelated graphics that are going throughout the entire kit. Some some nice red and white accents on the sleeves and the collars. This kit is honestly pretty solid. Denmark are usually one of those dark horse type of countries, and honestly they're rocking up with some nice kits pretty consistently. Pretty solid kit, B grade for me. Their away kit is essentially the same, just a little bit different. With the away kit, obviously you have the white instead of the red. We're losing the striped accent on the sleeve, and we also have a slightly different collar, which in my opinion I don't really like as much as the one that's on the home kit, but it doesn't take away from how nice and simple this one is. This one's gonna be getting another B grade from me. Good job, Denmark. A lot of these other countries can learn a thing or two from you. Alright, so going back to Eastern Europe now, we have Serbia. Serbia, again, not really known for their kits, and this time around they're boasting a pretty much full red kit with some blue accents on the sleeves. This is nothing crazy for me. They do have a pattern on the jersey that's meant to represent the wings of the eagle, which is the nation's bird, but for me, this isn't really moving the needle too much. Pretty solid kit, but nothing crazy. B minus. Their away jersey, in my opinion, a little bit better. This time around, we have a white base. The collar itself is a little bit different, as well as it's meant to be a little bit more of a V shape. The sleeves have a little bit different of a design on it with some blue and red accents, which is actually meant to represent the geography of southern Serbia with the, I'm going to try to pronounce this as best as I can, the Valaja Varos region, which is called Devil's Town. Let's see a little bit more in that design as well. Solid kit, a little bit better than the home one for me. B grade for the away kit. We are back to another major player in this tournament, England. Last competition's runner-up. How is England going to present themselves this time? As usual, pretty boringly. So of course we have the standard white kit with some dark blue and some red accents going along the trims. They do have a nice subtle pattern across the jersey, which isn't too dissimilar to the one that the United States is using for theirs. One thing that drew up some major controversy for this kit was the slight change to the St. George's cross that's on the back of the collar. Why this caused so much ruckus, I have no idea why. Macwell did a very good video kind of exposing the weirdos that are super upset about this for whatever reason. It's a pretty standard kit, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty good in game, granted, right? It looks good when it's in action, but it's not really moving the needle, right? You'll see a lot of people rocking this jersey just because it's England, but it's nothing too crazy. B minus for me. The away kit is honestly a lot better in my opinion. Instead of going with like a blue or a red like sometimes they do, they went with a kind of dark maroon color. Looks like they're calling it dark raisin. A nice toasted yellow sesame color for the logos. A little bit of a gold. It's very, very nice. I really like the combination of the colors. The side panel has like a multicolor design on it, and that's pretty unique, and at least I have never seen on an England jersey. All of the colors honestly are culminating in something very nice and something that's very different for England, at least I haven't seen in my lifetime. This kit is very solid. I like this one a lot better than the home kit. This one's gonna be getting a B plus for me. Alright, so moving our attention out to the Netherlands, who for years now obviously rock their orange kit. This time around, I don't really think we have anything too special. There's literally no designs on the jersey. You just have the solid orange base, some blue trim, some light blue for whatever reason, also with the logo and a little bit on the sleeves. The Netherlands, for me, this one have missed the mark. I don't exactly know why they decided to go with something so safe and so basic. Maybe they're gonna be doing their talking on the pitch. Maybe Van Dijk has something for us that we're not ready to see yet. But for me, huge miss. This is getting a C grade from me. The away kit is arguably even worse. This one legit looks like a bus seat. You know, if you've ever taken a cross-country bus, this is what the seats look like. This kit is terrible in my opinion. This could be a training jersey or something, maybe. The fact that it's their away kit is disgusting. I don't like the orange trim on it either. This one's an F. An F for me. First F of the video. Deal with it. Do better, Netherlands. Your kits suck this year. To follow up those atrocious, disgusting kits from the Netherlands, we have an absolute work of art here with the French home kit. You have this beautiful, nice blue color, and then add to that the fact that they changed their logo from the standard white one that they've been using to this gold one, which just looks so nice on the kit. And then you have the accents on the collar with the red, the white, and the blue for the French flag. This is when simplicity is at its best in my opinion. And there's also a nice little subtle texture throughout the jersey to make sure that it doesn't look too plain. Am I glazing France a little bit? Maybe. But this kit is extremely simple, but very, very, very nice. They knocked it out the park with this one for me. This one's gonna be getting an A minus. And then with the away kit, they have a white base this time with the blue stripes going down one side and then red stripes going down the other. This one isn't as nice for me. The stripes, for whatever reason, just kind of missed the mark. There's a little bit of awkward color blocking with the sleeves as well. This one, although pretty good, not as good as the home kit. This one gets a solid B grade from me. Poland have taken some major step backs from their last kits that they dropped. They literally just said home kit white, away kit red, and that was essentially it. So their home kit is just a white jersey, two center logos, which do look a little bit nice, but they did nothing with the rest of the jersey, so very mid. C minus for me. And then, like I said, for the away kit, they essentially essentially did almost the same thing. I will say they did manage to add a little bit to this jersey because there's a little bit of a gradient going on from top to bottom and side to side. I will say this one does look a little bit better than the home kit, but it's still really nothing too crazy. This one gets a C+ for me. All right, so now with Austria, honestly, their away kit is pretty nice. So you have a nice solid red base on the jersey, but throughout the kit, you'll find a very nice design. The designs on the jersey are meant to symbolize the architecture that blends tradition and modernity in Austria. And honestly, I think it ends up looking pretty nice. They could easily just drop the blank red kit like Slovenia and some of these other countries and call it a day. Instead, they decided to do something that's culturally relevant on their jersey. I think this is a very solid B grade for me. The away kit, not as nice for me. You have a white base this time around, a little bit of a pattern on the kit as well. It's meant to represent the wings of an eagle, again the symbol of this nation, but for me the pattern's a little bit too subtle and I don't really like the light blue, green, teal accents that they decided to use for the kit. I do think it's a lot better than if they had just gone for something that's plain white, so I'll give that to them. This one gets a solid C+ for me. Okay, so for the Ukraine, they're gonna be essentially rocking the same kits as they've been rocking these past couple of years. Very bog standard yellow home kit, nothing too crazy, right? And the reason for this is because after the tournament they're changing to a different manufacturer due to some problems that they have with their current one, so there's nothing new for them this time around. Standard yellow kit that we've seen before, C grade for me, nothing too crazy. Away kit's gonna be essentially the same kit, just with the blue base and the yellow accents instead of the other way around. A little bit of a pattern on the jersey which just has an outline of the country, a little bit of a nice touch, but nothing too crazy for this one either. Solid C grade for me. Situation for Ukraine is a little bit understandable, so I'm not gonna go too harsh on them. Okay, so for Slovakia's home kit, so you have a really plain looking jersey. As I've mentioned in the past, right, take away the logos, take away the crest of the country, and this looks like something you find at Dick's Sporting Goods. I will say the color blocking isn't the worst, right? Solid blue color with some red accents, so it doesn't look like the worst kit in the world. It's not just something that's plain white, but still nothing very good either for their home kit here. As has been a little bit common for the Euro so far, they're gonna be getting a C grade from me. And the away kit honestly is not too much better. It's literally just white this time around. They use white throughout the entire jersey. The only time they're not using white is with the crest and with the Nike logo. Granted, there is a little bit of a design on the kit, both this one and the home one. It's not too noticeable on the home kit, a little bit more noticeable here since it's all white, but the design isn't anything special. And like I said, it's not relative to the country, nothing to do with the culture. It's literally just a template that Nike already had. Threw their colors on there, call it a day. This one, C- for me. To follow up those absolute stinkers, right, we're going with potentially a dark horse of the tournament with Belgium. Belgium are a constant bottler, so we'll see if they do anything in the tournament this year. But one thing that they have done is create a very nice kit. Usually Belgium use a dark red base for their jerseys. This time around we're looking at a more of a maroon, dark, deep, rich red that they use for the base of the kit, and honestly pairing that with the gold and the black accents, it looks very, very nice. It also has a nice cube design with some crowns throughout the jersey, which give it a pretty unique pattern that literally you will not see on anything else on this tournament that's not a Belgium jersey. This one is honestly an A tier kit, and honestly their away kit even better. You have a beautiful light blue, sky blue colorway here, a nice collared kit, which for me is going to lose some points because I actually don't like collars on jerseys, but nonetheless all ends up looking very nice. The white trims really make the colors pop. You keep the cube design with the crown, again representative of Belgium, and the whole purpose with this kit is that they're also using brown shorts, which is meant to be representative of Tintin. The artist behind the Tintin comics is actually Belgian. That's honestly super dope. Very big kudos to Belgium there for throwing something that's very unique to their history, their people, their culture. If the last one got an A, this one's an A+ for me. Romania, similar to the Ukraine and to Albania, are going to be using the same kits that they've had for a little bit now. So let's go down the lineup, why don't we? For their home kit, solid red color jersey, a little bit of a design on the side paneling, nothing crazy, D+. Away kit, yellow jersey this time around, same design on the side paneling. This one gets a D for me. Blue jersey, which is probably going to be a third kit, D+. I mean, it's blue. This time, it's blue. Blue and red look better than yellow. Okay, so for Portugal this time, I think this is actually the last kit they're getting from Nike. So what did Portugal get for their last kit in a tournament that's probably going to be Ronaldo's final Euro tournament? They got pretty much a plain red kit. Nothing too crazy with this one, right? It is just plain red. I think there's a little bit of a texture going down the jersey, but honestly, nothing too crazy. Inside of the collar does have a nice little Portugal design. The collar itself is like a black with green to offset the red coloring of the base of the jersey. I guess that's a nice aspect about it. Other than that, this kit is pretty plain, pretty mid. I'm gonna be giving it a C+ just because I'm sure it's gonna look pretty good in game, but honestly, pretty mid jersey here. They could have done better. Maybe they did them dirty on purpose. However, the away kit oh boy, did Nike eat with the away kit. This one is very nice. You have a white base this time around with a light blue design all over the jersey, which is meant to represent the Azulejo style pattern that's a little bit grungy. It's meant to represent, you know, the interiors of Portugal. Obviously, I'm not Portuguese, but I can imagine that this kit is a lot more representative of the Portuguese culture, the people, instead of just getting something that's one base color the whole way through. This one is 10 times better than the home kit. This one gets a solid B for me. All right, so now Czechia are rocking a nice red colored base jersey, as many other countries in this tournament are. The difference with Czechia is that they do have a design blasted all over the front of the jersey, which is just kind of their logo a couple times over, but it does create a nice subtle pattern that sets their jersey apart from some of the other ones. You also have some nice blue on the sleeves and on the collar, which give a nice little accent to it as well. Not the best jersey in the world, nothing too crazy, but a pretty solid B- grade for me. And one of those that's going to be getting a worse grade is honestly their away kit. Their away kit is literally just white kit with blue collars and blue accents. It is supposed to be representative of the 2004 team, which saw some success in the competition. This one, C grade for me. So Georgia have a very similar kit situation to Albania, where their manufacturer gives them that 2-year cycle. So they're going to be rocking the same kits that they rock last. Their home kit's going to be a very basic red design, a little bit of a pattern on it. D+ for me. Their away kit, white base this time around. You got red stripes going down the sides and through the front of the jersey, which I guess is a little bit representative of the cross on the flag. And you do have the subtle pattern that you also find on the Georgian flag. In concept, I could see what they were going for. In execution, it doesn't really look that nice to me. This one also gets a D+. The black kit is a little bit better just because it's black, right? Black base, it's gonna look pretty good most of the time around, especially when you have the red accents thrown on there. This black one gets a C- for me. Not the best kits from Georgia. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, to cap it off with the phenomenal, I'm just playing, we have Turkey. So Turkey, right, they kind of have the same kits year after year. This time it's not too different. We have a solid white base kit with just a red stripe down the chest of it. Turkey logo right here, Nike logo just beneath that. It's nice, it's simple, it's classic. It's meant to be representative of, you know, kits from way back when. If anything, I believe this one is specifically designed after the 1928 shirt. So they're going for a very classic feel here, but in my opinion, it doesn't really translate too well to modern day. It ends up looking just a little bit too basic for me. Nothing crazy, not too bad though. C grade. Their away kit is, how do I put this in the nicest way possible? Mid, right? It's literally just red jersey, Turkey logo, Nike logo, nothing unique to it. Take the logo off, Dick's Sporting Goods, $50, bargain bin. Thank you very much, Nike. Thank you, Turkey, for your participation. And let's see how well you do in the tournament, but your kits are just not it. Well, there you have it, boys. Those are all the Euro kits in the 2024 tournament. A lot of these kits are pretty mid. You guys can let me know in the comments down below which one's your favorite, what country you're rooting for. Is it your home country? Let me know in the comments down below. I really don't have a say in the tournament. I just want to see some good football.